Welcome to this Friday morning at the Chameleon Academy. Since it's Friday, I'm in the mood to do a light tour. I am working on something substantial for next week, so how about we just take it easy today and enjoy some beautiful things we chameleon keepers can be involved with, like this terrarium that holds a Brachysia superciliaris stump-tailed chameleon. Though, to be honest, I haven't seen her for a while. I just see poop on the ground, so I know the food I put in there is being appreciated. This enclosure will be used to raise up a baby chameleon, but for now, it serves as a high humidity room for my alocasia starters. Now spring has finally come, and my plants are starting to bloom. Gardening in the chameleon cage planter boxes gives me a lot of opportunities. This yellow-orange Nasturtium climbing vine has climbed up into the purple snail vine. Coming to the front, I see that my pink Mandevilla is welcoming the new season. I brought some superworms to offer to the chameleons, but it's actually a little bit chilly here, so I don't know that we will find a whole lot of them interested in taking me up on this offering. Well, I'll just put this worm on the door and let him decide if he wants it when I'm gone. Of course, this guy is plastered on the front to soak up the sunlight. He's in the cage with a huge ivy geranium. Though he's never been very friendly, so I don't expect him to come running out for superworms. I guess I'll go ahead and leave it here on the side just in case he would like it later. Not doing so well today. So that was a whole lot of rejection. To save my feelings, I think I'll go to my veiled chameleon, who is not shy about anything related to food. He isn't in sight, so he's hiding in the foliage, but let's see if a superworm will bring him out of hiding. Boy, he is consistent. Just hold up a superworm and he will appear from nowhere. Okay, my feelings are recovering. Don't feel so rejected. Have you ever seen a female Jackson's chameleon with horns? There are a number of subspecies of Jackson's chameleons, and only one of them, the yellow-crested, has the females mostly hornless. This here is a Machacos Hills Jackson's chameleon, and so she has a well-developed set of horns. She is going past 4 years old now, and I think she deserves a superworm for being such a good sport and not biting me. Jacksons usually don't bite, but she was putting off some serious warning vibes. Here's a female panther chameleon that I hatched out about 5 years ago. She's going strong and I think would enjoy a superworm. Now, I don't have baby chameleons right now. I am waiting on my brevicorn eggs to hatch, so I'm keeping my baby raising cages maintained just to be ready. This is a jasmine vine, and this variety provides thick foliage that a hatchling would love to hide in. I'd love using this plant for babies. Of course, one of my deep passions is passion flowers. This variety is called Lady Margaret, and I'm going to be adding in a couple of pots of ivy geraniums to complete this cage and make it ready for its permanent inhabitant. Until then, it'll be a passion flower cage. And yes, over here we have more nasturtium and geraniums. I love having enclosures that are so beautifully made up that I don't have to look for the chameleon to enjoy it. Do you think blue is going to give my superworm offering the time of day? The answer is no. Okay, so I got the grand idea to put Clancy on the pomegranate tree in my backyard. Clancy is the veiled chameleon that was hatched out here, and many of you followed him as he grew up. His 4th birthday is on September 16th. Now, I thought Clancy might stick around for a superworm, and I thought wrong. So, had to put everything down and bend the tree branch down to snag him before he got too far. But I have to show you what an incredible chameleon Clancy is. Look at these beautiful colors. I'm in awe of his golden highlights. This is the veiled chameleon, the easiest chameleon to breed. It is so easy I tell people not to do it because too many people have. But my goodness, how lucky are we that this gorgeous creature is so easy to keep and breed. And this is, well, what can I say? Just an absolute cutie. And I love having her company as I make the rounds. Now, we should take a look at Clancy's father. I raised him up from a hatchling, and he turned 6 years old this year. Look at that amazing cask. What a beauty. And this guy didn't have any problem choosing the superworms over the tree heights, and he just hung out and chowed down on the worms. And yes, he is different from the one that we saw before. I brought them in together, and they were part of an experiment with 2 other females to determine the effects of UVI3 and UVI6 for UVB strength. These veils were part of the community grassroots effort to establish UVI3 as the baseline UVB level. I know it's commonplace to hear about UVI3 these days, but it wasn't so long ago that no one knew what level to give our chameleons. The 2 adult males you just saw, and 2 females that are somewhere else here, were part of the experiment that helped show that UVI3 was the target level, and we did not need to go to UVI6. So this guy here is a living piece of history. And actually, if you're interested in that history of how we figured out UV index of 3, I literally recorded it in the podcast, and so you could at any time go back and relive it anytime you want to see how our community got to where it is. And spring has sprung all around me, from the cyclamen and the planter that are escapees from the window box above to the first gardenia bloom of the season. And I do love my nasturtium and make sure I'm surrounded by it. And it leads all the way up to my favorite camellia. This is called Lucio's Pearl. I love being surrounded by purple, whether it be wisteria, lavender, or the beyond charming borage, which I'm happy to say now comes up in random places in my yard, and that's the way I like it. Now, before I send you off to have a great weekend, I'll take you with me to check on Steinman, who is the Machacos Hills Jackson's chameleon, in the big Custom Reptile Habitats Arboreal XL enclosure. And what in the world is he doing up there? You dork. He's still exploring this as a new enclosure, so hopefully he tires of this. I'll go ahead and lend a helping hand. All right, love you, Steinman. You're awesome. But stop doing this. Oh, so there is your end of week tour. Sometimes we need to just relax and enjoy the world around us. Tomorrow's the weekend, and that means we have live sessions. I'll be live at 12 noon Pacific on Saturday and at 5 p.m. Pacific on Sunday. And this vlog will be back next Monday at 5 a.m. Pacific. After a good conversation with Yvette, we decided that the weekends would be a good time to spend more time with each other. So I'm going to try the schedule where I do the vlogs on weekdays. So, go out, have a great Friday, and I'll see you tomorrow with the lives. Take care of yourself, be excellent to each other, and I'll see you soon.